The Whispering Forest. Close your eyes, dear listener, and let the weight of the day melt away. Picture, if you will, a land far away, where rolling hills cradled a forest so deep and ancient that the trees seemed to hum with secrets. This was the Whispering Forest, where every rustle of leaves, every creak of a branch, was a fragment of a story too old for words. Long ago, when the world was still young, there lived a boy named Alaric. He was small and quiet, with eyes like dark pools that seemed to drink in the stars. Alaric wasn't like the other children in his village, who laughed loudly and played games in the sun. No, Alaric preferred the shade of the forest. He spent his days wandering its edges, listening to the murmurs of the trees as if they spoke directly to his heart. The villagers warned him to stay away. The forest is alive, they said. It has its own will, its own desires. It takes what it pleases. But Alaric didn't fear the forest. He believed it was lonely, just as he was. One twilight, when the sky was painted in streaks of lavender and gold, Alaric ventured deeper than ever before. The air grew cooler, and the sounds of the village faded into the distance. He came upon a tree unlike any he had ever seen. It stood taller than the rest, its bark silvery and shimmering as if bathed in moonlight, though the sun had not yet set. Beneath it lay a curious object, a small golden lyre, its strings untouched, but vibrating softly, as if playing a song only the forest could hear. "Play for us," a voice whispered, low and soft, like the rustle of autumn leaves. Startled, Alaric looked around, but there was no one there, only the tree, swaying gently in a wind that didn't reach the ground. Alaric knelt and touched the lyre. It was warm, as if it had been waiting for him. His fingers brushed the strings, and a single note rang out, a sound so pure, so achingly beautiful, that it brought tears to his eyes. The forest grew silent. Even the birds, usually chattering in the canopy, paused to listen. "Play for us," the voice whispered again. And so, Alaric played. He didn't know how he knew the song. It simply poured out of him, as if his soul had been keeping it hidden all along. The melody wound through the trees, climbing the highest branches and sinking into the deepest roots. The forest began to glow faintly at first, then brighter, until every leaf seemed lit from within. Then he saw them, shapes moving between the trees. They were not men, nor were they animals. They were spirits, shimmering like the stars on a clear night. They danced to his music, their forms fluid and ever-changing, like moonlight on water. For hours, or was it minutes, Alaric played. Time lost meaning in that enchanted grove. When his fingers finally stilled, the spirits gathered around him. One stepped forward, its shape coalescing into something almost human. It spoke, its voice like the sigh of wind through branches. "You have awakened us," it said. "For centuries we slumbered, waiting for one who could hear the forest's song. You have given us life again." The spirit placed a hand on Alaric's chest, and he felt a warmth spread through him, as if the sun itself had taken residence in his heart. "You are now one of us," it said, "the guardian of the Whispering Forest. Play for us when the world grows heavy, and we will protect you as you have protected us." When Alaric returned to the village, he found it unchanged. Days passed, then weeks, yet he did not age. The villagers noticed his newfound vitality, the way the forest seemed to bloom wherever he walked. They whispered of magic, of curses, but Alaric paid them no mind. He had found his home, his purpose, and so the boy became a legend. Travelers would come to the edge of the Whispering Forest and hear the faint strains of a golden lyre, a melody so hauntingly beautiful it seemed to speak to their very souls. They would leave with lighter hearts, though none ever dared to venture too far into the trees. As for Alaric, he plays still, his music weaving through the ancient forest, keeping its secrets safe. And the whispering forest, alive with light and song, continues to hum its eternal stories to those who are quiet enough to listen. Now, let the melody of the forest linger in your mind. Let its quiet magic carry you into sleep, where dreams whisper their own tales. Rest well, dear listener, and perhaps one night you'll hear the forest song calling to you too.